but they ain't know he will come out the bag. Listen here. Listen here. I'm telling you what you just said. Y'all don't understand. Uh-huh. You know how you go to do something and somebody catch you off guard, you be like, okay, 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 okay. Every time I get too disobedient, I end up in the hospital. No joke. I ain't trying to do none of that. I do not like the hospital at all. Mm-mm. I don't want no parts of it. None. Mm-mm. I do not want no parts of it, honey. I got too many stories. Good morning. Mm-mm. You ain't got to tell me twice. I don't like pain. Uh-uh. And I had to learn I was hard headed. Now I understand he made me hard headed so that I wouldn't be scared to talk to the world. Good morning. Daniel, thank you for our ring light. We got it. We using it. It's pretty sturdy. Thank you. It's real tall and big too. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Because we definitely needed it. Because I listen. This is the place where they come to be unalived. I'm telling you right now, it's a whole graveyard of them. Literally, a whole graveyard. Good morning, everybody. So I want us to get into astronomical eating. No, no, no. It's not in this book. It's book one. Sorry, y'all. Oh, that is book one. Give me a second. Mm-mm-mm. Well, before we get there, I want us to do this. We'll go to astronomical Enoch after this. So we'll go to page 109 for me. No. 110. 110, y'all. Good morning. I'm gonna let everybody get in here because I know everybody getting up and getting the kids ready. And then I gotta run to the restroom real quick. Go get your coffee or whatever. Book one, page 110. You know what's crazy? I used to watch my grandma teach Bible study, right, as a kid, because she was a pastor. Remember I told y'all this? And she was a little woman, littler than me, like little. But she always, whenever she was gonna teach, um, when she would teach, she always just had like a little podium in front of her, like when she or like a table with all her books and stuff. And sometimes when I'm doing this, I can almost still see my grandmother teaching. Good morning, Auntie. Teaching. And it's so crazy how you never know what things your life is going to bring your way. But if you push all of the information away, if you try to forget every experience, if you try, then you don't have the tools to when you go into your next stage. Because me watching my grandmother in service is how I run this business. This whole thing. Our 501 is business. It is. And literally watching her serve the people. We used to have to cook. She did like the soup kitchen type thing. She did all kinds of stuff, taking food to the elderly. They used to call them the shut in back then. The people that couldn't get out, like, and to see me walking in a lot of her footsteps is it's mind blowing to me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because she was one of the wisest people I knew. about the word and different things like that. So it's just real crazy sometimes. I just be like, it'd be a reality check like for me, like dang. Sometimes it would only be her, me, and like four old people in the church during mid noonday prayer. And because she babysit me, I would have to go with her. I would have to go with her. So I'd be sitting in there listening because I mean, I prayed for what, a couple of minutes. But I got to sit up and listen to the prayers of older people and listen to what they were talking to God about. And not in a way to go tell business, but to understand prayer. Because I was going to need it, a lot of it. And I was going to have to pray. Your children should hear you praying in the spirit about good things. They should hear you because how else will you teach them? They should see you in the morning with your books, even if got your devotional out with you making eggs and bacon. Show them that if I get word early in the morning, my days get better. We would have a lot less people unaliving themselves if there were simple things that were taught. I'm not saying whatever. I almost made it a couple times until I met my godmother, a person who helped me understand. I'm like, oh. She said, baby, when trouble comes, most times God won't give you a blessing. I said, huh? No. She said, yeah, you'll see it. Then I do. He has to have somebody say no so that you can believe that he can make it yes. That builds your relationship with him. That starts something. Wait a minute. They said no, but I prayed and God let them call me back or whatever it was. Oh, okay. Because man's no ain't his no. But when he say no, man can't override his no. Ain't that like a... So I win and I win. It's a win-win situation. Seriously. You can't lose with God. You absolutely cannot. Because he don't lose. He already know the answers to all the tests. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So remember, y'all, remember that God is, listen, he don't lose. And it don't matter how we look. He don't lose. He don't. But I'm gonna run to the restroom. Y'all get your coffee, whatever. I'm just trying to, cause it's 8 minutes over here, and I know folks is just waking up because it's getting ready to be what, 7:20. Folks is in transit to work and all of that stuff. So if you can't get your book, if you're getting the kids ready, I get it. I used to have to do it too. A long, almost 3 decades long time. Crazy. I'll be right back. 3 decades. I only been alive 4.5 almost. Not even 4.5 decades have I been alive. Almost. And over dang near 30 of them I was parenting. Ain't that some BS? So for 30 years I had to learn to teach somebody else to be somebody, and I didn't even know who the hell I was. Wait a minute, I'm supposed to teach you to be good, and I don't even know if I'm just good just yet. I don't even know. Hold on. Boy, and it's water. Good morning. So, let's get it. I am going to chill today, though. I'm going to shampoo my hair and put some vinegar in it and some baking soda and detox. All that good stuff. Good morning. I'm trying to wait for folks to get in here. We're going to wait till 15 minutes because I just know how this be going. Why do I feel low? Because you're heavier than you was before. The hydraulics they gotta push up more weight. That's why. Nah, we get ready to read. We talking right now because I'm trying to wait till 15 minutes so everybody get in here. Because y'all know as soon as we start reading, that's when everybody gonna come in and be asking what we reading. Y'all, I done scratched these damn glasses out of the way up. Got a whole case. And scratched them. It's my first time. I'm like a little kid having them. So there's that. At least I can be trying to keep up with them. Listen, I'll be trying. Thank you, Auntie K. At least she know I value. Y'all know I value the things y'all do for me. I ain't inconsiderate or ungrateful or anything. So don't be wanting to. It's the most expensive pair of glasses I ever had in my life. Because CERCA was about to go get the 2 for 70 from what's that place? What is it? 2 for 150. Lens crafters, what they call the place? Do they still got lens crafters? What they call that place? That's where I was going. Walmart somewhere. It was America's Best. Thank you, Trina. Yeah, that place. Lens crafters be doing it too. Yeah. Do they still got lens crafters? It is. I just looked at the thing. They was talking about a cold front coming through. I'm an old person. I get up and I don't always look at the news. I look at more international news than anything. That's my stuff. I'll be trying to see 4 eyes, 2 pair for 69.99. Come on, Auntie. That part and will. All right, y'all. Page 110. Look, while we talking about prescriptions, here go mine. Wow. That's funny. They're saying the bees are preparing for a cold winter. So, the bees is telling us it's going to be a cold winter. The president keeps saying it's going to be a cold winter. Why people ain't getting stuff for a cold winter? Yeah. And then it's going to really be folks walking around talking about they didn't tell us. We didn't know. I wasn't warned. Crazy, right? Ain't that crazy, family? Or no? I don't. So, that's crooked, but it's just gonna have to do. I've been trying to make this work. That's why I'm gonna be on Instagram that much now, but I need to because I got the other thing. It's just be a lot trying to see all these screens. Wish I had some type of them. See all of them. Anyway, so let's get this going. Probably should have looked it up online. Y'all know these ads, but Sister Joy. This light be covered in head D. I tell you. Especially when I'm coloring and stuff. I'm playing my game today, y'all. I am. I'm gonna sit and play my game. I have not had time. I'm sitting and playing my game today. And yes. Mm-hmm. Good morning. We on page 110, y'all. In book one. All right. It says, and it came about when I had spoken to my son, those men called me, and they took me up onto their wings and carried me up to the first heaven and placed me on the clouds, and behold, they were moving. And there I perceived the air higher up, and higher still I saw the ether. And they placed me on the first heaven, and they showed me a vast ocean, much bigger than the earthly ocean. So where is he? What's the first heaven? What would that be called? Because he said it's bigger than any earthly sea. So where is he? In the sky. But where? Behind the clouds. On top of the firmament. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Okay. You gotta turn to page 112. Y'all know this every other page. Actually, we're gonna skip that. Mm. Give me a second. Ah, page 120. Sorry, y'all. Page 120. We about to move around, and then we gonna be in second Enoch here in a minute. But I just want to. Mm, there we go. Mm. Y'all ready? Page 120, real quick. We doing like they do in church and bouncing around. Y'all pros at this. Y'all just used to reading straight through for the most part now, but we not doing that today. Now I said, get over here to this page 120. Ask somebody, you got that? You did? Mm-hmm. Good morning. Y'all pros at this, only reading half a sentence and getting to the other side. Don't act like you forgot. Yeah, I have not forgotten how to act like the Lord. Okay, let me quit and tag. I'm gonna leave them people alone. Mm? I'm gonna leave them alone because really I don't want to come over here. Good morning, Miss Brandy. Mm? We on page 120, book one. Let me leave them alone. Let them alone. Yeah, I'm sorry. Do I be getting on y'all nerves? A little, yes. Never mind. Queen in here. She already told me. Yes. Yes. Never mind. Never mind. Queen gonna tell me. Don't she? She be like, into with her tomatoes. You said no tomatoes, please. Everybody, look, everybody be like, where Queen at? Where is the Queen's tomatoes at? Where is they at? Not that they be looking for them. You said no tomatoes today. Girl, they did not. Now listen. That'll be nice. I done made tomato everything over here. All of it. Okay, so we here at 11, and it says, and those men took me, and they carried me up to the fourth heaven, and they showed me there all the movements and sequences. What is the definition of movement, and what is the definition of a sequence? Uh oh. Butter intricate. Movement is a change or development. Movement is the act of changing locations. And what's the sequences? What y'all got? Sequence a particular order in which related events, movements, or things follow each other. Okay. Mm, please tell me I recall. Okay. Now I'm gonna show y'all this TikTok. I can't take credit for it. But as we're reading what we're reading, good morning. As we're reading what we're reading today, I want you to get this in your mind, okay? Y'all ready? I guess this was in Texas. Look at this over here. Come take a look at this. So apparently this was done due to the solar eclipse. This is Texas. So people in Texas, I need you guys to confirm. Look what the eclipse has done. Oh, I don't be knowing when my text messages is gonna come through. Okay. Now, we know that there are angels that are circles. Yes or no? There's angels that circles, right? Because we studied about them. Now, God said he was coming with what? Legions of angels. And they don't all look the same. So then, I watched this morning. Alright guys, I am uploading this video to and reposted it. YouTube and TikTok. TikTok, you'll be getting a snippet of it. Jump all over to me. It's China Mrs. Jones. Let me show y'all something. Let's watch a few seconds. And this is the lady that is showing you all the spheres that was, I guess, going on during the eclipse. Look. Oh. Y'all go watch this video. Okay? It's all these, it's like 4 circles coming out of the sun and moving around on their own, but they're all in a system, like sequence. Okay? But let me ask you a question. What if all those circles, because it's angels that circles, heaven's armies of angels. What? Has anybody ever seen War of the Worlds? Y'all remember how many of them things was in the sky? was they circles? What's, okay, okay. I just be wanting y'all to pay attention to what's going on and what we done read. Okay? All right, here we go. Do, do, do. All right, it says, and all the rays of solar and lunar light. So I'm going to read that again. And those men took me and they carried me up to the fourth heaven, and they showed me there all the movements and sequences and all of the rays of solar and lunar light. Solar and lunar light. All the rays of solar and lunar light. What would you call that? All those circles that we just saw on the ground. What would those be called? Where did they come from? Those are solar rays that I never seen nothing like that all over the ground. Have you? They came from the sun and the moon because we had a solar eclipse and not a lunar eclipse. Now, what's the difference between the two? Depends on which one is in front. That's what I was looking for. Okay. You said they can't be solar rays. How does the sun light us up? How do we see in the daytime? Do we not read about beings that fly around the sun and care for the sun? So if there's a whole bunch of circles that are flying around in front of it, how would it look when we got it on the ground? But if the beams are made of light and they're reflective and they're just all circling around each other, because we've been seeing over the White House and different places all of these orbs, and it be a whole lot of them, then they go away, then they move. Well, what you saw on the ground could have easily been all of them circling around each other. I'm not saying it is, but it very well could be. Glistening. You know what else I thought about? Don't they look like dragon scales? That don't look like dragon scales to y'all? And they know how to go invisible. I watch too much TV, don't I? We ain't never seen one in person. Not like that. And some of them know how to, like, not be in our realm, even though they right there. Haven't we seen that dragons can go invisible and like move between realms? and then just show up. Why would they be able to do that? The giant lizards. Who gave them that ability to do that? The fallen. The fallen, because they fathered reptilian children. And if they made giant people with human women, then when they made it with the reptiles and the birds, they made giants of those as well. I want to say that I've seen some kind of old movie like that where maybe one of the dragons has addressed one of the warriors as brother when they could talk. You know, maybe the connection between the man and beast is a whole different connection than what we've been thinking. And this is just my thought, but we know. You see what I'm saying? Because we know it was dragon siblings from Og and from Game of Thrones. Do we or do we not? Nope. It's down here somewhere already. We're going to get to this, but I just want to. The dragon siblings with white hair and blue eyes entered the what 100,000 giant war from where? The east. Right? So we know that it was angels that allowed different beings to move about in the sky, right? Seen and unseen. No or yes? Because their fathers, some of them used to be lights in the sky. This is why everybody be talking about the light, the light, the light, the light. And they're so in love with the heavenlies. Good morning. It's a lot more to be going into that. Angels can appear in different forms and different realms. Come on now. And we reading about them realms today. Let's get it. Okay. It flipped all the way back. Really? Don't tell me. Here we go. All right. So it says, and those men took me and they carried me up into the fourth heaven, and they showed me there all the movements and sequences. This makes me think about another thing too, and then I'm gonna go. We gonna do it. Remember that I told y'all the one thing that used to blow my mind when I was studying all of these books and stuff is how did they get these aerial maps? Like a lot of ancient, um, Asian maps and Celtic maps, all these different maps. I said, this is an aerial view, but if planes are new, how did they get these aerial maps? Because it's an aerial map, and then, y'all never, I mean, I'm sure y'all have now because we smart people, but how y'all get these aerial maps way back when? We have to get drones to get them now, don't we? Giants as well. Some of them that was 450 feet tall. Yeah. But we know they can fly too, right? Because Ohio and Mayhia, the sons of what, Baraquiel or whatever his name is, they both had wings and could fly. Like this dude. Right here. This guy. This dude. And like his brother or cousin or somebody, that they daddy was a. Oh! Yeah, I think I know where the phrase "my old bird" just came from. What if the fallen angel started that, my old bird? Uh, and they said she's always squawking. Your hen pet. Because some of them have babies with birds. Or bird like beings. You said they started most of the sayings and did. Because somebody was a bird there. It was either the mama or the daddy. Because he got human feet. See him down there? Them was human feet for that face. It was with human hands and stuff. Uh-huh. But they had wings. Love you too. Uh-huh. Love you too, Miss Christine. Good morning. So, all right. Okay, here we go. Okay. It says, and I measured their movements and I compared their light, and I saw that the sun has a light 7 times greater than the moon. And I saw his circle and his wheels on which he always goes. I'm gonna read that again. And I saw that the sun has a light 7 times greater than the moon. And I saw that his circle and his wheels on which he always goes, going past always like the wind with quite marvelous speed. And his coming and his return give him no rest day and night. Can somebody tell me the definition of his? HIS. His. Belonging to or associated with a male person or animal previously mentioned or easily identified. Okay. Can y'all tell me the definition of it? Used to refer to a thing previously mentioned. Used to refer to a thing previously mentioned, or is a thing. Okay. 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 So I'm gonna read that again. A thing, but his is in reference to a male. So his is male and it is a thing, right? And I saw that the sun has a light 7 times greater than the moon. And I saw his circle and his wheels on which he always goes, going past always like the wind with quite marvelous speed. And his coming and his return give him no rest day and night. And how, okay. Which superhero is it that can create like that ball of fire like the sun does? Is there a superhero that does that, like he has the power of the sun in him or her? Dragon Ball Z on X-Men, Wakanda Avengers, Avengers. Okay, I don't know. Black Adam. Okay, okay. That they can send out like, okay, okay. Who remembers that we read that the sun and the stars is gonna fall to earth, but they also gonna be judged? He said that the elements are gonna be judged. If it wasn't it, it couldn't be judged. But it says his, he. It didn't say it goes. It didn't. This is Enoch now. Right. Who is he? Okay. Are you listening? That the sun is an entity and not just a star? It's a male being. So now you understand why God is mad when he said the stars listened to the witches and warlocks and they moved off of their course. Y'all hearing me now? How many times have they showed you a microscope and it looks like a person in a star? We got 5 points on our body. And what's in a pentagram? A star encased in a circle. What do you get on at Hollywood? They say that stars are balls of gas and this and that. But every time they look at a good enough thing of it, it look like it's a being standing like this on fire. And now we read in Enoch that the sun is a he. His. He got a scripted place of where he's supposed to be what time he's supposed to be there. How many times have I told y'all everything that we see and don't see is already scripted? Because for you to have a sequence or for you to have a movement that you're supposed to do, going and coming and going and coming and going and coming, that means somebody is scripted what time. It's like a bus route or a train route or a plane, go, well, you can't really say plane. We'll say train or a bus route because that's more, we know you can look on the map and the bus gonna go this way. It's gonna show you the whole route where it's gonna go, or the train. So you'll know what buses you need to connect to get to the next place. Okay, but that bus ain't gonna do nothing different. Whatever they route is, that's the only route they gonna do. That's how you know it's bus 79 or bus 23, the red line, the blue line, the green line. You already know it is not gonna detour, right? So the same way that the the bus lines are set up, where that driver only does that route, it's the same way with the stars, but they are not just balls of gases, they are beings. And this, like I keep telling y'all, is why you go to Hollywood and New York and all of these places to become a star. A star. A star. So when you worship a star, whether it be a star like our idols, or you sit and pray to the stars that are beings. Are you getting me? You pray to the moon, it's a being. It's a he. I'm sorry, the sun. It's But the actual sun is a being, and he's going to be judged with us. There are people that pray to Neptune and I don't know, all the others. But we know Neptune was a real person, a real being as well, right? They were real beings. Y'all know what I've been thinking about, right? It says that they're kept in one of the heavens in perpetual darkness. All of the ones that fell with their prince. When do the stars come out? And when is the only time you can see them? When the clouds clear and the sun goes away. He said they're held in the heavens. And they burning and they being tortured and all of that. We read it. And this is just put it, don't that make you be like, make you think, don't it? Because it says they gonna fall to earth. The stars are going to fall to earth and be judged with the people. How did Lucifer and them fall? Like lightning. Because they're actual beings. They're actual. The sun is a he. This is mind blowing. I was wondering, did y'all get this? I'm just saying. How many times have we seen in like a cartoon or something that a person think they're looking at a star and then the star comes closer and is down on the ground and it's the person? Hell, that even happens in Harry Potter. They think it's a star, and then the cars start getting closer to you, and you see it's Hagrid and them flying. Yep. Time is a man too, father time. Oh, a being. Because God is time. But he did come in a fleshly body if you when you wish upon a star. Mm. You asking the stars to grant your wishes instead of God? Ain't that what the witches do? Hmm. Things that make you go, hmm. Starlight, star bright. Won't you bring some niggas in the club tonight? Amen. Y'all. Woo! Shoot! What you just said? Let me wave my magic wand around here. Joking. Let me stop messing. Look, the church people like this. She can't never just stick to the word. She can't never. Listen here. Ooh wee. Let me stop. Mm-mm. That's why y'all like it here. Y'all never know what's gonna go on over here. You said I can't. Listen here. Mm-hmm. Bring the ballers in the club tonight. Nah, just playing. You said I hollered. It's too early. That's the point. You gotta get some laughter. Our world is in it. This would listen. That wouldn't be this university. Listen here. You ready? Okay, here we go. So it says, and fourth. I'm sorry. So wrong. It says, and where was I at? And his coming and his return give him no rest day and night, and great stars. I don't know why is this. Wait a minute. Is that the? Why does that have that there? I don't know, family. We just gonna look over it. Is it and four great stars each? Oh, I'm sorry. And four great stars, each star having 1,000 stars under it. So there's four big stars that's next to the sun, and each one of those stars has 1,000 stars under it. What's a legion? How many? It used to mean like 1,000. Like you know how they count soldiers by the thousand. 1,000, 2,000, 200,000, whatever. At one point in time, a legion was like code for 1,000. Demons and fallen angels never come by themselves. So these four stars each have 1,000 stars under them. Have we not read about the orders of the angels and how they move? So there's the sun, and then there's four stars that are close to the sun, and each one of them have 1,000 stars that are under them. Who remembers me telling y'all that a lot of times God just always names the head and then how many they have under them? So there's 4 major stars, and then there's 1,000 stars under that one star. Okay. Okay. I just hope y'all looking. It says, and on the right hand side of the sun's chariot, why would the sun need a chariot? Why would he need a chariot? The sun. Because a being needs a mode of travel, right? Hmm? Y'all want to know where Santa Claus got his whole? Now we remember when Abraham got ready to die, right? That the angel took him around in a chariot. He said, bring him back. Because he going to be and killed everybody. Y'all about to hear my stomach growling. And is. There was a chariot for Abraham that the angel came and got, and he went speedily around the world. Now we just realized that the sun has a chariot as well. Now, you know what's funny? If we just gonna look at this whole Santa Claus thing, don't they always show Santa with a big old circle on the back of his chariot? A big red circle normally. So if the sun is a being and he pulls the sun on his chariot because it's he doing the bus line. He doing the trains. And he ain't supposed to switch no tracks really. We just read that he don't get no rest. He's constantly driving in his chariot, right? Or no? Did we just read that? He en route. And it said he don't rest. So the sun is always working. Because when it's night over here, it's day somewhere else, ain't it? It said he don't get no rest. Okay. So now we know that the sun has a chariot and 4 on the left hand side, each having 1,000 stars under it, altogether 8,000, going with the sun perpetually. Now, how many times have we read that the stars is angels? Like a legion of angels to protect the sun, because Lucifer, if the sun is a being, could this be the fight of the heavens, in the heavens, when the stars was going at it? Think about it. If the sun is a being and he drives a chariot, and God got 4,000 on one side and 4,000 on the other side, because if the sun, something happens to the sun, then it'll be dark, won't it? Our solar system could completely go away. So God has legions of angels around the sun that is a he that drives a chariot, a bus. A third of heaven fell. So what if it was one or a few of the old angels that used to guard the sun that have you worshiping the sun? They were one of the angels. Everybody had a job. In the army, everybody got a job. Remember I told you, whatever they was ruler over, then they came here and became the god of that. The god of agriculture, the god of water, the god of birds, the god of this, the god of that. Because that is all that they can be. They can't be nothing but what God made them. They can't do nothing that God did not put in them. They cannot. So the only ability of magic that they can offer you is what God already put in them. You see what I'm saying? If you was an angel of the water, then water is what the elements, the spirits of the elements. Y'all ain't never heard that? The spirits of the elements. Why would elements have spirits? Unless they were live beings, whether you can see them or not. The spirit of the water, the Mami Wata spirit, the spirit of the moon. No. So if the stars are beings, the sun actually drives a chariot. He has 4,000 angels. We just gonna say on this side, stars, and 4,000 on this side, and he's constantly going. And we know that the devil wants this to be over. He wants our whole everything to be over. And the easy way to do that, get rid of the sun. Wait a minute. He did that before. He tried to get rid of the Son of God, didn't he? So that the world could live in darkness. He tried to get rid of the light. See how everything it be right where it's supposed to be? No, for real. The war in heaven. The war of the sons of light and the sons of darkness. That happened in the heavens. So to the people on the ground, when the angels and the daddies was fighting against each other, it looked like lightning and rumblings, and they couldn't see because it was veiled. It looked like lightning. But how did the angels fall from heaven? Like God threw them down like bolts of what? Percy Jackson and the lightning thief. So you stole lightning because God made you. Lightning could easily be a being. It is. So you stole lightning. Like y'all done tried to steal the sun. Isn't there like a Chinese or Asian something about some monster swallowing the sun or something? Which one of the mythologies? We in Enoch chapter like 110 or 120. Is it Egyptian? I know it's one of them. Thank you. Which one is it? I got so many thoughts I'm trying to process right now. I ain't trying to confuse nobody, but we moving on. Y'all about to be juniors. Y'all about to be juniors. We got some freshmen and some sophomores, but they get to sit in on y'all classes. See, we read this last year, but now we're gonna come back because I was wondering who caught that. He. Why would he have a chariot? This man. Mm-hmm. God always talking about the stars is gonna be judged right along with us, the elements. Well, then they would have to be able to be like a being, and we know that Zeus can go from water to solid human being. I mean, not Zeus. Poseidon could go from an element to a human in no time, right? So why wouldn't the sun be able to do that? And we know that there's angels that guard the sun, there's angels that guard the moon, there's angels that guard over the storehouses of the flower, and it is, and it is, and it is, and all of it is in the heavens. We read this. Hello. Minokawa, the dragon who will eat the sun. Oh, Minnow, like minotaurs. Minnow, really? Hmm. Hmm. Minokawa, the dragon who will eat the sun. Huh. Huh. Listen here. I gotta run to the restroom again. It's okay. I drink a lot of coffee and I've been on here for an hour and some time. So with that, yeah, this is a slow walk right here. What we doing? But when y'all be reading, remember I told you you can read it. Y'all see, I read something, didn't even remember. I had to go back to this book. This is why I highlight so I know. Yes, I learned this. I read this. I can't remember where, but if it's highlighted, I read it. That's the thing. If there's a mark or something, that means I've been here. Even on my page books that I can't write in, I'll leave something in there to remind myself, oh, I already been here. Whether it's been 10 years ago, 5, 2, whatever, I've been here. Just like yesterday, y'all saw, I was like, I know, I feel like I read this. Boom. I looked in my old OTP and yes, you read it. But you already read it in Josephus. But now there's two sources there where that same thing is written. So anyway, I'm getting ready to go to the restroom, then we're gonna get through the rest of this. But I wanna know, is y'all toes tingling? Anybody neurons firing extra hard right now? No? This is why God don't want you worshiping the elements. Because they're beings. You said what toes? They been gone. That part. I'll be right back. I have a question. What was Elijah taken up in? How did Elijah get to heaven? Girl. A chariot or what? It was a specific word. A chariot or what? Fire. A chariot of fire. And now we find out that the sun is a being, and the scientists tell us that the sun is a ball of what? Fire. But we just found out that the sun literally drives a chariot and it's a whole being. Mm. They speak exactly of this in the elements as entities. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to. And we know that when, I don't know if it was a chariot of fire, but like I said, when Abraham got ready to die, God sent him on a chariot that took him around the world very quickly. An unidentified object. I don't, I don't know. I mean, because a chariot of fire, and we got, I don't know if they're angels or not. Because the, okay, I just want to show y'all something. Hold on here. Well, first, there's that. Nicolas Cage did a movie, something similar to this, didn't he? And then, I don't know why I feel like I keep. Is it in this? It gotta be in here. There we go. I think this is what the UFOs are. Because this is a type of angel. The wheels within the wheels are angels. And they have eyes and they can go forward, back. The orbs that be over the White House. Y'all have to remember, some of these angels fell. A third of all classes of angels fell. Not just one type. A third of Lucifer's brothers, a third of all the different kinds of angels, a third of the thrones. There's a version of angels that are called the thrones. Game of Thrones, the War of the Angels, the who want to be the ruler here. See, everybody thought of the throne as in the seat. But right in front of us, they told us, oh no, that was the angels battling and their kids. That's why they would say 1,000 years ago and this and that. A third, one third of the population in the plant life in the whole nine. So let's read about this, shall we? It says their rims were high and awesome. All four rims were full of eyes all around. When people think about angels, winged men come to mind. But thanks to the visions of the prophets like Ezekiel, we know that not all of God's servants look the same. Heavenly creatures differ from one another as much as hamsters do from hippos and bluebirds from butterflies. Yes, y'all sorry. Yes, we usually refer to all heavenly beings as angels, but we can't really lump them together. It would be like it would be a little like assuming you and your pet goldfish are the same because you're both earthlings. Mm, 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 Don't believe it? Let's look at it. This is where y'all dermals come from. We talked about it. This is who be forcing you to put jewels, like even me with my nose. Now, God did put a ring in the nose, but all of the jewels putting everywhere in your body, like getting them implanted, the bejeweled angel, Lucifer, got y'all doing that. Then little Uzi Vert get a big pink diamond embedded in his forehead. You mean like the people? Let's talk about it. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adorned you: carnelian, chrysolite, emerald, topaz, onyx, jasper, lapis, lazuli, turquoise, and beryl. This is where your dermals come from. Putting the jewels implanted in your body. They want to see themselves in you. God said, I should see myself in you. The angels say, I want you to act like me, babe. You let me in, you're going to have to start changing. You're going to have to look like me and act like me. Now you know why the stars are always so blingy. All they talk about is their jewelry, their diamonds, their rubies, their that nobody else can get, and all of this. Oh, like the people that was here before. Oh, we got the humanoid angels. It's the seraphim. They look like humans. Oh, so then some of the seraphim that fell was definitely the father of these guys. Because they're humanoid. Can you see it? Because this guy definitely lived after the seventh generation from Adam. You see it? Now, isn't it funny that the wings cover their feet? What if they have bird feet? What's y'all girl name from Egyptian mythology that got feet like that? That's clasped around that ring. What's her name? What's old girl name? Hmm. Concerning angels, Enoch. Okay. Um, I can definitely try to find it, sir. Okay. So are y'all seeing Ishtar had bird-like feet and wings? Mm. Okay. And she lived in ancient Mesopotamia, right? And they were called the gods and goddesses. And we know that the fallen angels, even in Genesis 6, says that the angels came down and slept with the women and they became the rulers and the men and women of renown and all of that. There's a Cyclops man in China right now? No way. Okay. I believe it. I believe it. We studied the genetic disorder, didn't we? We know where all these genetic disorders come from, don't we? We already did the studies on it. If you're new here, we got when I say 1,000, I'm being funny. But there is like over 700 videos on YouTube in our lives. We did the genetic study on Cyrenomylia, Cyclopia, hypertrichosis, which is werewolf syndrome, all of the other polydactylies and syndactylies and all of that. We figured out where all of that, even bird syndrome. Sequel syndrome. Six fingers, six toes, and do. Those genetics are still here. Isn't that crazy how that happens? Like, oh my god, they try to tell us that they don't exist. And like that these genetic disorders just came out of nowhere, like mutation. But actually the Bible tells us exactly where they came from. Like, oh my god, like literally the seventh generation from Adam is when like bestiality started. Like, can you believe that? Who knows? Okay, let's get it popping. Good morning. Do you see though how everything just be connecting back to all of this? Oh. That's what I wanted to show y'all. That was the other thing. Hold on. Did I put it back? No. We talked about this too. But y'all girl, didn't she just do a whole thing with this? Who did a whole thing with these guys? And she made it glamorous. Who was it? Didn't she? Uh-huh. She was telling y'all without telling y'all, didn't she? Mm. seen it, of course. Ah. I just seen a picture of y'all girl, and she had cow horns coming out of her head with a like braided circle in the middle of there as one of her dresses, and she had a cow outfit on. So we see bird people, we see cow people, we see lion people in a lot of the different societies, the ancient societies. We see beings that look like this. Now God created this. Look up Beyonce cow outfit cow horns. And then you tell me what you see in Egypt. So you're just not gonna go there? Y'all see it? It's a brown and white outfit. Hathor. Mm. Did y'all go look at it? Yep, with the circle in the middle of the horns. Wasn't that person one of the angel's kids? Okay. Hmm. Mm. Mm. I think it's in my other book. Oh wait. Where the heck? Oh, y'all see it on his head right there. Y'all also see the alligator dude. See? Mm. And we all together know about how she only at his knees and standing on his feet. Where's his Egypt? She only come up to his knees and she's standing on his feet. So that means if she stand right here on the side of him, she only gonna be about this tall. So think about a whole grown woman coming up to the middle of your calf. about the height of your cat when they arch their back and rub against your leg. How big do you have to be for a whole grown woman, fully developed, to stand on your feet and only be that tall to where she bare? Well, matter of fact, she ain't even taller than his knees, cause that's a headdress. Her head go and she's standing on his feet. And we already know this is the skirt of a ruler, and we already know that meant she was royalty, right? The Cultural World Atlas of Ancient Egypt. I know this backwards, y'all. You're gonna keep making me flip this. By Stonehenge. Look at me looking at my legs. And should. As you should. Look at how big these feet is here. Is y'all looking at that? And it says that the giants was 400. These is the titans right here, y'all. Now, what if these rocks get up and make a noise? Some of them, these statues are still intact. I'm gonna have to look in my other book. Oh, I could have just went to the front. You mean this? These like symbols? Isn't it funny how I told y'all all of these stars we want to change into animals and stuff, and it's coming out more and more that they've been changing into animals in these wild parties they be having. But I told y'all in their videos, y'all they be telling y'all what they do in the Hollywood Hills and stuff in their parties. And everybody laughed at me last year and said I was crazy. And now Orlando Brown is saying the same thing. That whenever you see them, they was animals the night before and woke up. And ain't that crazy? Because when you turn into a werewolf, you don't even be knowing it, and you wake up so out of it that you don't know what happened to you, and you be naked. How many of your stars wake up talking about they was naked and they don't remember? Or a party animal. You've heard stars say, "Oh, he's a party animal. She's a party animal." And when they go to the parties in their videos, everybody be turning into what? They wear what kind of mask to these parties? Pig heads and dog heads, and they're party animals. And they said it's a nerve in that backside that'll turn you straight on into an animal. Don't believe it? Disney said so too. How many times we done seen somebody right before they got ready to go to a party or while they was at the party get turned into an animal on Disney, and it was an exclusive party because it was 9 times out of 10 the kings and the queens. The rich folks in a hall somewhere. And it was always a witch around the rich. We gonna make that in. Hey, be careful. It's always a witch around the rich. I'm putting that on my shirt today. It's always a witch around the rich. I'm gonna put that on my shirt today. Be careful wanting to be rich, because there's always a witch around the rich. That's a dang tongue twister. Don't believe me? Who is that girl? Somebody Markova. And everybody be around her. What's her name? Marakova. You said we need shirts. Listen here. It's always a witch around the rich. That's a thing. Because why the richer you go, the darker you go. You can see the light in people's faces when they first start in the industry, and from about the second year sometimes on. Everything else after that dark. Why? Because they always in dark rooms. We read it, and he came and set the captives free about the video. I mean, but what going on up in them Hollywood Hills? Then we. Put them in a trance and they don't remember, and then they have that this videotape. Like, do you want us to show the public this? Eddie Murphy. Huh? You better get back in line. Trey Songz. They done got everybody. Y'all remember they had that video of Trey Songz in the back of the cab? I mean, that picture, and they was like, that is not Trey. Nigga, we all know what he look like. Y'all remember? And they said that wasn't him. He said, allegedly, as they say. Nobody remember that? It was a long time ago. What? I remember? Oh, man. What? You do? Alicia? Uh-huh. They said, get back in line, Mr. Songs. Uh-huh. The language of angels? I don't know. Y'all be asking me real random questions. If it do, how would I remember exactly where it said? I don't know. Y'all, I'm not the encyclopedia. I don't know every single word of these books. You could, but if you have an OTP, you could definitely Google it and go online and type in the word, and it'll come up. I love y'all, but I'm not Google. But Google will tell you some answers. Hmm. I love y'all. Listen, I don't know. Okay, let's get back to this because I'm about to go after that. Y'all ready? Okay. So we did. Oh, we already did. Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, this is it. All right, let's go. Ugh. I need to come back to this. Is where I was going. 122, y'all. I'm sorry. I just visited this church, and it's not something I wish to. Oh, okay, Punky. Yeah, speaking in tongues is real, but that don't gotta be. That's in your regular Bible. That's in the KJV, and I do speak in tongues, and it is real. That's why we was talking about the difference today. But everybody tongues ain't. They learn how to fake them too. Some like she coming in a Honda and all that old mess. That ain't tongues, you know. But that's in the. It is in the Bible. That's what happened on the day of Pentecost. Hmm. When it said the tongues of fire and every man was speaking and other people could understand, and they said, how was he a Jew or a Greek and this and that, and I can understand, and I know they don't know the language. Yes. I believe that this is the thing, y'all. Tongues come when your heart meet God. Period. It was a lot of people that was walking with God and had got baptized, and the tongues didn't come until after Jesus died. So think about all the people that have been following him. That you see what I'm saying? They didn't have the Holy Ghost yet. They was walking with the Holy Ghost. But it is a thing of the Holy Spirit being on you and in you is two different things. Because I can pour water on myself. That ain't going to help me not be thirsty. Me taking a shower is not the same as me picking this up and putting water in my body. It's a lot of people that the God Spirit is around them, but He not in them. I was about to say something. It's Monday. I'ma leave it. I'ma leave it. But ladies, it's a difference from being around the rim and then, you know what I'm saying, that gas you get right after. You know what I'm saying? That, you see, it's a whole difference. And just related to that. The whole, listen, yep, that. It's a whole difference. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a complete difference between around the rim and where you need to be. I don't want Jesus to be around my rim. I need Him to be here on the inside. You hear me? On my inside parts. Like, no. Look, everybody like, oh my God. Yeah. You say, I'm just waking up. Now I'm up. Listen here. Ooh-wee. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm surprised. Let me stop messing with y'all. But in all reality, I mean, the relationship between a man and a woman symbolizes our relationship. That's why God said He married to the church. You said clear. He said the church is the backsliding wife. He said, I'm around you, but you ain't mine. You said, clutching my pearls. Look, all the brothers in here like, yep, I know exactly what that gas gets them every time. Let me go on. Moving on. Mm-hmm. You see, I keep telling you, stuff can be, it shows up in other places. Do y'all see it? Moving on. All right. We on page 122. Uh-huh. And I looked, and I saw flying spirits. Y'all on 122? I got to turn this big. Just give me one moment. Y'all see that? It says, and I looked and I saw flying spirits, the solar elements called phoenixes. Y'all see that? And I looked and saw flying spirits, the solar elements called phoenixes, and chalkadries, strange and wonderful. For their form was that of a lion, their tail that of a something, and their head that of a crocodile. This one. Or huh? You said what? Oh, not right here. But there go a horse person right there. You said what? The horse people with that same circle that your girl. She got pictures with both of these. She got these horns and those. Hold on though. We just synced it. I have to be very careful with this book because it is falling apart. Oh! Oh! Oh, 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 oh. Oh, do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. What is this? Who remembers me telling you that a third of all angelic beings fail? saw a chalkadree or a cockadrae that has the face of a reptile, an alligator, and the body of a what? And then some of the rulers that came down here had alligator faces, really. And they said they made it with the reptiles. Some of the angelic beings that showed up down here, the heavenly beings. Mark the page. Okay, yes, ma'am. 24. I'm about to do it right now, Auntie. Oh, I need to buy me. I'm gonna give me some more of them things, y'all. Can y'all believe y'all done made me? I done went through dang near them. Well, Auntie, I might not be able to do that right now. I gotta give me some more tabs. Cause I didn't read one of them. I know I just had one somewhere. That's it. They were iridescent. They were iridescent. So, how many times have they showed us the mystical beings? And there's okay. Prime example. What's his name? From Twilight. What do he look like when he get in the light? What's his name? He looked like diamonds. So are vampires fallen angels' children? Because we just looked at a picture of angels that and we know that the fallen angels' children started to do what? Drink what? Mm, 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 mm. So Sebek, the crocodile god, at one time a patron of the pharaohs, he was later reviled in some of the areas as an enemy, or reveled, I'm sorry, in some areas as an enemy of Osiris. And we know that these people were really living, right? Hmm? So the chalkadrees that's mentioned that go around with the sun, it says, for their form was that of a lion, their tail that of a something, and their head that of a crocodile. Their appearance was multicolored like a rainbow. Their size was 900 measures. Their wings were about, I'm sorry, their wings were those of angels, but they had 12 wings each. They accompany and run with the sun, carrying heat and dew. Now, do you think that it's crazy that the crocodile god showed up in the valley of the sun, or where they have sun worship? And these beings used to be on the sun team. They are able to withstand the heat. They probably have some type of properties that allow them to be there. And there was crocodile. What is Egypt known for? What they used to have climbing up on their banks. Crocs. So if a third of heaven fell, a third of the angels, the heavenly beings, not just the angels, the heavenly beings, will say. And the chalkadree and the phoenix, a bird, that can set a fire and come back, and they accompany. I lived in Phoenix, and that bird be everywhere. That bird is on a lot of stuff. Diablo, the devil, the sun devil, and that bird. The Phoenix Firebirds, and all of this. How many times in the scary movies have we saw a witch or something be burned up and then their body comes back? And they say, oh, they're an ancient mystical being. Fire can't hurt them because they're made of fire. What's old girl's name in X-Men? Jean. What did she end up becoming? A phoenix. Oh. Oh. So there was a person. Something happened to them and they could radiate the power like of the sun. It was within her. Good morning, Caleb. She had massive heat. Oh, okay. Ooh. All right. Is y'all seeing it? So phoenixes are real. Chakradries are real. Dragons are some type of being that has angel wings, 12 of them, a crocodile face, the tail of a this and that, and so on. Okay. Here we go. It says, and whatever is commanded them from God. Does he goes through a cycle, and he goes down and he rises up across the sky and beneath the earth with the light of his rays, and he is there on the track unceasingly. Hold on. So the chakradri, that is like a dragon type reptile like being that has angel wings. Don't dragons fly? Do dragons fly? And you always see a dragon up by the sun or the moon, and then you just see them shooting down at you. And they be like, what is that? Oh, it's a dragon! Run! And then you see fire. So it's a dragon-like being that attends to the sun. It ain't necessarily a dragon, but it can fly. And it's not burnt up by the sun. And they talk about walking through dragon fire. Okay, let's keep going. The angels picked. I'm sorry. So we moving on, y'all. Down here. It said, and those men carried me away to the east of heaven, of that heaven, and those men carried me away to the east of that heaven, and they showed me the solar gates through which the sun comes out according to the appointment of the seasons and according to the phases of the moon for the entire year, according to the numbers on the horologe, day and night. And I saw 6 open gates, each gate having 61 stadia and a quarter of a stadium. And I measured carefully, and I figured out their size to be so much through which the sun comes out and goes off to the west. And it becomes even and goes in through all the months. And so then it goes down through the months and the days. But we about to skip now. Out of that, y'all can go through and read that yourself. Go to page 150 for me, please. 148 actually. 148, 148. I'm sorry, y'all. Down at the bottom. Actually, we're gonna do 29. Take that back. Top of 148, and then it's chapter 29. We bouncing around like the church people. Y'all can read that. I gotta run to the restroom again. Give me a second. Sorry. Woo-hoo. Y'all know what else that made me think about on X-Men when they turned the president into that water substance thing? Y'all remember when they turned the president on X-Men into like that water substance kind of X-Men type of thing? Y'all remember? He was like, mm, yeah, a jellyfish. Is that what he was? Something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They mutated his DNA. Like if Poseidon sleep with a woman, his kid can go from human to water because the molecules can change. Aren't the stars always talking about metamorphosis? Aquaman, the people that was in what's the name? They could be in air or water in Wakanda, and he ended up being the mutated version. Avatar, yep. And they connected with the beast, didn't they? They had flying dragons, didn't they, in Avatar? And they said that if that movie is based on some African people, where was the dragons at? And didn't we read in Og that the dragons lived up in the high mountains in the east? Yeah, I hear my stomach. That world probably looks like it did before the flood. Everything was bigger. The trees, the people. There was little people and real big people, wasn't it? And the humans started mixing with the avatar blood, didn't they? Making their own. Ain't this what just happened? Is they not telling us what? Look at them stealing from so they can be bigger. So it was a replica of the human and the avatar people. And they was a different color, like the green and blue people that we see in all of the history that was the rulers. See your avatar right there? And we know that these people were bigger than the regular people, right? There go your avatar right there. And those people mixed with the human people and make bigger people. And okay, let's go. We at 150, 148. It says Monday is the day, the fiery substance, and it says, and for all my own heavens, I shaped a shape from the fiery substance. My eye looked at the solid and very hard rock, and from the flash of my eye, I took the marvelous substance of lightning, both fire in water and water in fire. Neither does this one extinguish that one, nor does that one dry out this one. This is why lightning is sharper and brighter than the shining of the sun, and softer than water, more solid than the hardest rock. And from the rock I cut off a great fire. And from the fire I created the ranks of the bodiless armies, 10 myriads of angels, and their weapons are fiery, and their clothes are burning flames. And I gave orders that each one should stand in his own rank. So y'all remember in the beginning of this class, and I showed y'all that video, and I said, what if this is the reflection of all the angels that's in the heavenlies that we just can't see? Y'all remember I asked y'all that in the beginning of this class? Because how do you create armies and legions of bodiless soldiers? Bodiless soldiers. And they're created out of lightning. The angels were created out of lightning. The war angels were created, or the angels that's going to be fighting. They was created out of lightning. How many times have we saw an angel depicted and lightning came out of their sword? Or lightning came out of their eyes? Remember when the angels came to meet Enoch, he said they was bright, but their eyes were fire. And the angels were created out of what? Fire. So then that goes back to the sun and the chalkadry. Beings that can withstand the heat of the sun. The angels, it says, the fire that they were created from burns hotter than the sun. Okay, wait a minute. So if angels fell, and the sun is a being that drives a chariot, and there's angels protecting it on each side that look like stars. But then we found out that the angels were created out of electric lightning, which is the heat of whatever we just read. Then that makes sense as to why God, because then the fallen angels could easily attack the sun. That also make you think about lightning storms. It make me think about lightning storms. How come everybody gets scared when lightning storms come around? And it's always a real loud noise before the thunder hit. Can I ask you a question? What happened before Superman get to the ground when he flying real fast? What happens when a plane is coming in? Do you hear it before you see it? Thunder. You said, has anybody just seen the top of my head pass by? It always say the angels was thrown here like lightning. That could be a method of travel. Because them wormholes, they said you can get through there faster than the speed of what? Light or sound? Thundercats. Lightning rod, speed of light. Oh, okay. Isn't it crazy that all of the most powerful buildings have those huge lightning rods on the top of it? And even in Ghostbusters, we always see when they trying to call a spirit or open something that they got lightning rods everywhere. And we know that the angels were made out of what? The angels was made out of what? What do all the Satanists say? I felt the light coming into me. It was so bright I couldn't see. And then there was this beautiful being standing in front of me that would grant me whatever I wanted. Like the fallen angels was giving people, they said we could give you everything God we guys to. Now, let's just go right here. Because when it says, and from the rock I cut off a great fire, and from the fire I created the ranks of bodiless armies. Bodiless. Which means they can't be weighed down by gravity. Because the only reason that we can't fly is because we got this body on us and gravity works against it. That's why you have to put on an anti gravity suit to float around. Wow. Are you serious? I believe it. I believe it. Nikola Tesla. You said Nikola Tesla? Yeah. Gens. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Fallen spirit, you're right. Yeah, because genies don't have a body, but they can go into the bottles and what else, but and then come right back out. Mm, I have to look at it. Thank you. Okay, moving on. But one from the order of the archangels deviated, together with the division that was under his authority. The division. Mm-hmm. We on page 148, book one. Really, Justice. And here we go doing an assignment about the stars too. Look at that. I need a shield today. Okay. He thought up the impossible idea that he might place his throne higher than the clouds, which are above the earth, and that he might become equal to my power. And I hurled him out from the height, together with his angels, and he was flying around in the air ceaselessly above the bottomless. And thus I created the entire heavens, and the third day came. Did you know that the angels was created on the third day? Or the second day, excuse me. They're a part of creation. All right, I need y'all to go to page 150. Please. Oh, I'm sorry. Not 150 yet. Not 150. Sorry, at the bottom. To Wednesday, right there, it says, and on the fourth day I commanded, let there be great lamps on the heavenly circles. On the first, the highest circle, I placed the star Chronos. Mm. On the first, the highest circle. What was on top of Beyonce's head? What did most of the rulers wear on top of their head? What is a crown if you turn it? Because I know this for Mr. Circle, but I'm going to borrow it. I'm going to borrow this for my new husband whenever God send him if the world don't end before that. My auntie sent us this for our wedding day. But I'm going to put this on right now. Lord, forgive me if I ain't supposed to do it. Mm-hmm. Y'all better be invited for sure. If nothing else, to the virtual. What is this? What is this shape here? A circle. circle? Okay. It's away a little bit too. Thank you. That ain't light at all. Okay. So God said I created the circle and placed the star Chronos. Are there not people that worship Chronos? Hmm? Mm. And now you understand why the stars are going to be judged. Because they allowed, if they're beings, which we know Chronos was a being too. He was a star and a being. He's a Roman Greek god. Hmm. And we know that Roman and Greek mythology is based on who? Who was it based on? Hmm? The Chaldeans, the Syrians, the Assyrians, and the Babylonians. The Chaldeans. Greek and Roman mythology is built on the Assyrian and Babylonian kings. That's who they were. It was just the names they used. So Kronos and all the names from Greek mythology actually come from ancient Mesopotamia. And the historians know this. This is why they keep trying to sell it to you as myths. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. It said we're gonna skip past this and the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth and oh my god. Do y'all see that the second lower down I placed Aphrodite? Don't that look like the beginning of Aphrodite if they change it from an O or a? In Eros? And we already found out that the sun is a being that takes a chariot. Zeus, Hermes, Hermes. Y'all see that for yourself? We not gonna skip it. We not. We was, but we ain't. Hermes, there go y'all names. You see it? Right there. This is probably where they get the beginning of Aphrodite from. Eros, the sun, we know as being Zeus, Hermes, like Hermias. My grandson name. Y'all still love me? We was gonna skip it, but we ain't. Those are the names of beings. And didn't I tell y'all the most expensive stuff is named after them? Because that, when you give money, if you steal it, if you kill, if you hustle somebody to get it, if you turn a trick to get it, baby, if you bust down an old lady for it, guess what? It's a ritual to that God. It can either be a sex ritual, which is what turning a trick to get wealth. These men are giving up their manhood. The women are giving up their womanhood, all for gain. Power, influence. And the things that they wear have all of the fallen God's name on it. And those are the most valuable things in the world. The gods of this world keep themselves relevant because they know people don't know. Nike, Honda, Nissan, Aurora, the media. All of these names come from somewhere and they've just been changed a little bit. Chus and Kush, Balenciaga. Okay, here we go. It says, and with the lowest stars, I beautified the air below, and I appointed the sun over the illumination of the day, but the moon and the stars over the illumination of the nights. The Illuminati. They are the people that make the stars. They control the stars. And the stars don't become a star until they let a fallen entity inhabit their body. An old, archaic being that they call their alter ego. And some of them say, oh, they were conjured. And some of them say, when the spirit comes over me, I'm able to do things that I'm not normally able to do. And this didn't happen until you became a part of the Illuminati. Hey, Sasha, Roman. Hell, even Tyrese did a whole video talking about Leslie. Right, Lord Jesus. Oh, let's keep going. And what Tom and Miss Isabel is the one that told us, I think, that these people are on the bridge in Hollywood, right? It's a tunnel or a bridge. They said these beings are everywhere in Hollywood. They're depicted on all kinds of stuff, right? Or no? There's a whole bridge dedicated to them. The children of the angels in the city of lost angels. Who are the lost angels? The forgotten and the fallen, the forsaken. So in the city of lost angels, you go to become a rising star, and they used to be stars, but they were cast down, shine like stars. Okay. The city of lost angels is what Los Angeles means. And it says that the angels that fell down like lightning or stars, depending on which. And now that we know that Hermes is a being, Aphrodite, we know she was an angel's kid. So then the star Aphrodite or Aphrodite, we think that she comes from somewhere in that line of people. Come on. You see why understanding the names and doing the research is important, because people will have you worshiping beings, your idols. So when you would rather work yourself to death to go get an Hermes bag or a Hermes bag or whatever you want to call it, when you will give yourself over to a person to get name brand things. Now let's break that down. Name. Oh, I don't want it if it ain't name branded. I don't want it if it ain't name brand. Who you think set that up? Because all the good name brands is named after the fallen angels, baby. Oh, what names is she wearing? Oh, what God's name is she wearing? Oh my God. Oh my God, what are you wearing? It's gorgeous. I'm wearing Hermes, Gucci, Balenciaga. Oh my God, turn around so we can see which God you channeling today. You look like a goddess. Oh my God, she looks heavenly, doesn't she? Oh my God, look at her. She's so beautiful, otherworldly. What are you going to sing tonight? How I'm sending everybody to hell. We're going to chant all the God's names, and the symbols are going to be behind me when I perform this evening, and on the ground, and on my clothes, and on my earrings, and who are you channeling today, Marilyn Monroe? You were channeling. So you did the same thing that the witch of Endor did. You brought up a dead spirit and allowed it to speak to you. A lot of actors say they go and do research so that the spirit of that person can come into them. And then we read about all this whole body changing, that Will Smith is this person and this person and this person. You mean like how all the stars, no matter how far we go back, look alike, and we know the demons are able to transform and they inhabit bodies? That's the only way that they can really do anything, is to inhabit a body. Because they're bodiless armies now. They was created as bodiless armies, the angels. We're just about to read about how they fell. It's talking about how Lucifer was hurled down. You say the way my eye just buzzed. I love it here. Do y'all love it here? Anybody else love it here? Good, because I got to pee again. And I didn't kill both of these, so it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I love it here too, because we get to learn together. See, we ain't doing nothing but expanding on what we learned last year. I had to get y'all lubed up real quick before I come in hard like this. You hear me? I had to lube y'all up, but just get used to the giants and even the concept of angels having, parts. I had to take y'all down through the line first, get y'all good. What they say, get all together. Get her liquored up. I had to get y'all liquored up real quick. Get your little tissy so you can really receive what I was saying. Now I'm about to put that smack down. Or what old girl say, we going to pound down now. Don't even trip. I got y'all. It is. We about to birth some other stuff just like y'all, girl. It is. Let me leave y'all alone. Sorry, y'all. I'll be drinking in here all day. Y'all still love me. Listen here. You said let me get my battle gear on now. It's okay. It's okay. Listen here. Come on in. All right. It says, and the sun goes in accordance with each animal. The sun goes in accordance with each animal. And what do we see the animal like gods in Egypt? What do they have on their head? A disc that looks like the what? Zodiac signs, yes. But a sun disk, a sundial. And the constellations are animals. Now, is there a dragon constellation? What's it called? Constellations move. Isn't it called Draco? What's the gun all the young men use to take life? It's a very popular thing right now. They they be calling it that fire, don't they? So now that we know that there's a constellation called Draco, and it shoot that fire, it's probably the most popular selling semi-automatic whatever weapon or whatever. Kind of like Hermes, Balenciaga. All the little niggas right now, everybody got a what? I don't know if it might be. We got the dragon siblings. Most of the ones that think they hard got a Draco. When the dragon showed up on scene, what was getting ready to happen? Normally, if a dragon showed up, what was getting ready to happen? You have a fragrance called Draco. Wow. Death. War. Death. What happens if a Draco show up now? Mass death. Good job. What happens if a Draco show up right now? A Draco can take down a lot of people, right? More than one, right? Mass death. They all, yep. Ooh, you said it. What else do they call a Draco? A what? Or a gun, period. What do they call it? A burner? I got that burner on me. That fire. Heat. Um, heat is an element. Fire, heat. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's go back. All right. And the 12 animals are the succession of the months. How many tribes of Israel? How many gates in heaven? How many jewels on the priest's necklace thing? I can't think of what it's called. His ephod. Or what do you want to call it? 12. How many hours in the day? How many hours in the night? Oh. Mm. Mhm. Nope, there's 12 hours of the day and 12 hours of the night. That's how we get 24. So now we know why the rulers and the kings used animals to mate with. All of it has significance. The stars and the animals got together. Well, guess what? They already been together. They, as it is in heaven, so it'll be on earth, or on earth as it is in heaven. The angels, which were bright like stars, went into the animals and reproduced. And now we see that the stars and the animals are naked. It's a thing with them. The Lion of Judah, the ruler of the animal kingdom. Okay. And I assigned their names and the animals of their seasons and their connection with the newborn and their horoscopes and how they revolve. Then evening came and morning came, the fifth day. And on the fifth day, I commanded the sea to engender fishes. What does it mean to engender? What does it mean to engender? To cause to exist. Huh. To replicate. Oh, it says, and on the fifth day I commanded the sea to engender fishes and feathered birds of many different kinds, and every kind of reptile that creeps on the earth, and that walks on the earth on four legs, and that flies through the air, male sex and female, and every kind of soul that breathes the breath of all living things. So on the fifth day or the fifth night, the souls, all the souls, the angels were already created. We read that already. They was already in existence and had been thrown out of heaven already before all the souls were created. The war in heaven happened prior to us getting here. We talk about that all the time. Y'all remember when we read in Lucifer, in Adam and Eve, when he said, I ain't bound to him, I was made in creation before him. I was first in creation. I was made in creation before him. I'm not going to pray to him, actually. I'm not going to bow to him or anything. Do you see me? He made out of dirt. I'm made out of the heavens. I'm literally made out of the stardust and lightning and this and that. No. Okay. Here we go. It says, and on the sixth day I commanded my wisdom to create man out of 7 components. God's wisdom created man out of 7 components. Now, hold on. How many continents we got? How many seas? How many days in a week? Uh, how many complete generations were there before humans were mutated? Oh, uh, y'all heard that. My stomach always be talking to y'all too. All right, here we go. How many days did it take God to create the earth? Or how many days is it in creation, should I say? 7. Okay, here we go. It says, and on the sixth day I commanded my wisdom to create man out of the 7 components. The first, his flesh is from earth. The second, his blood from dew and from the sun. Because blood is heated, right? Don't they always talk about blood be hot? Hot blooded. Okay. The third, his eyes from the bottomless sea. His eyes from the bottomless sea. His bones from stone. Calcification. Bones is like when you burn a body, that's the only thing that ain't going nowhere for the most times. Right, the black in our eye, our pupil, would be like, because it's real dark down there. You can't see through it. And they have to use a light to look in the back of our eye. You can't see it with your natural eye in the back of the eye. They got to use that thing to see back there. And they have to dilate the pupil and look through the darkness to see. It does. Now, isn't it crazy that people are getting overlays over their eyes or got people messing with their retinas, changing their eye color when God said your eye color supposed, and they're getting it surgically implanted to change their eye color, kind of like how they do the dermals. Let me ask you a question. What are the stars always covering up? What's the main thing you see a star? Ooh, I'm about to bust you out. Let me get my hammer. Thank you, Dad. Y'all ready? Excuse my language. They'll cover their eyes, but they won't cover their ass. They won't hide their breast and their penis print, but they will cover their eyes. You show up to an event with an idol God's name on your body. We can see every nook and cranny on your body, but you have the nerve to have shades on. I can see the lines in your booty crack, but you got shades on. Ooh. So you will cover your eyes, but not your whole. You will come out literally naked on the red carpet, but you cover your eyes. And the Bible tells us that the eyes is the window to the soul, and it talks about soulless people or people that they souls is dark. You can look all day long and see naked bodies but no eyes on the red carpet. They'll show you all their jewelry and all their naked body, but not their eyes. His eyes are averted away. They not looking straight. And I know this is just a depiction, but so I can see your whole body and know what every part of your naked body look like, but you won't show me your eyes. That's spooky. We can tell you what Beyonce booty look like, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, hell, Hannah Montana. You are crazy. Rihanna, Eddie Murphy, Nas, P. Diddy. Oh, they didn't put the men in there in strap outfits, and they turn around. The Rock, didn't we see his cheeks too? Wasn't he in like a strapless outfit with his cheeks out or something? What about old martial arts dude, uh Blade? Didn't they put him in something like that where you was get to see their cheeks? As jokes, they put them in this stuff. It's for a movie. Wesley Snipes. Don't they be in some of that kind of stuff? What he into Wong Fu? And they was what? And most times, drag queens got their what out. A lot of times when they had him, and they be performing, baby, and had they, and you turn around and his whole cheeks, ain't it? Prince, right? Oh, okay. So, and he'll have some shades on too. Auntie. They work hard for the money and you better treat them right. Mm-hmm. Moving on. All right. Okay, so we're going to do this right here. So his bones are from stone. That's probably why you are able to be turned back into stone. Per Medusa and the magic that goes with that. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't know the difference between a bone and a rock. No, I'm not watching black movies now. That movie came out forever ago. Stop it. To Wong Fu was everywhere. Oh. And in Percy Jackson weren't those he said that's my Uncle Ferdinand. That he got a mole just like my Uncle Ferdinand. He petty. I don't care. Black card revoked, whatever. Cause y'all know I don't know all the movies. Mm-hmm. You gonna quit coming for me? You and me both. See, Queen got her card revoked too. Moving on. You said and don't. All right, here we go. So we're gonna read this over. It said, on the sixth day I commanded my wisdom to create man out of seven components. Well, first is his flesh from the earth. Second, his blood from dew and the sun. Third, his eyes from the bottom of the sea. Fourth, his bones from stone. Fifth, his reason from the mobility of angels and from clouds. You can't see thoughts. You don't know when they coming, and you don't know when it's gonna leave your mind. Kind of like cloud covers. You don't know where they come from, and you don't know where they're going. Thoughts are like mist, and clouds are mist. You can see them, but you can't touch them. You can almost see that a person is thinking something, but you don't always know what they're thinking. And you don't even know when they start thinking like that or when they gonna stop. Mm. What people say, I have a lot of thoughts floating around in my mind, or my mind is cloudy. We didn't even know what we were saying, did we? Seeing as how our mind was created from the clouds, it makes sense that your mind could be cloudy. Brain fog. Come on now. And what causes fog? Clouds, fog clouds. And your mind be drifting. You said it. It sure do drift off. And what do clouds do? Drift. Do y'all see how mind blowing this is? We be saying stuff we don't even know where it came from. We just be saying it. My mind is cloudy. Get your head out of the clouds. I can't. Because literally my head or my mind was made out of the thoughts. Okay, let's go. His vein. It said the sixth is his veins and hair from grass of the earth, chia pets. Chia pets. Chia pets. Nigga, you chia pet. Okay. Think about it. It's hard to count blades of grass, and it's hard to count strands of hair. God says, I know how many hairs is on your head. Think about it too. In the beautiful movies, when they're getting ready to, somebody's getting ready to drift off, they always show the grass blowing, and there's like dew on top of it, and it looks like when a woman's hair is flowing. Don't they like wet hair pictures? Wet hair pictures is a thing, baby. Everybody want their hair wet and just wavy, and wet and wavy is a thing. And what do grass do? Wave and be wet. What's the name of this book? It's called the Old Testament Supergrapha. You can go in my bio up there, the book in the Amazon bookstore. It's up there. It's a two-book set. It's Volume 1 and Volume 2 for $65. Oh, yes. Change your whole life. Who want to tell the truth that the OTP changed your whole way of thinking about the Bible, your relationship with God, how detailed God is? Everybody talking about God ain't worried about that lies. You're welcome. You can read this online too if you want to right now. You can go to sacredtext.com and go to the Apocrypha, type in the book of Enoch. Just type in Enoch Sacred Text and you can read with us right now. Change your whole life, made you think, look at everything. You can't even watch regular TV no more. Listen, you said still changing my life and my mind. Come on now. Now, do you see why I don't want to be a closed mind Christian? Who feels like you get to see God closer to his in his entirety than you used to have him in the box? You said TV is dead to me now. It's so hard. I know. You be like, man, I done already read this. Change me for the better. Second sisters, brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles. Come on now. Make you want to know more about God. Now you see why he said he gonna be like, I don't know you. Go away from me, you worker of iniquity. I never knew you because you never got to know me. You listened to what man said I was. You never came and asked me who I was. You let your pastor, bishop, apostle, a deacon, and everybody else tell you what I had to say instead of asking me. You went to your pastor, bishop, mother, and asked them what they think you should do with your life instead of talking to the person that gave it to you. Why you didn't come ask me what I want you to do with your life? I gave it to you. I'm the one. Oh, when you get in trouble, you don't go to them. You ask me. I need to go to God. Well, you should have went to God first and not the mother of the church. She should just be confirming what God said to you. Not the other way around. God, I need you to confirm what my pastor said. No, God said they should be confirming what I already told you if they walking with me. I'm going to tell you first. He said, girl, you would be stepping on toes for a lot of church folks, honey. That's why we outside, girly. And it's my job. The prophets always came in and stepped on the church people's toes. Maybe the real ones did, not the false prophets. The real ones came in churches, busting heads like, stop. I said don't do it no more. This ain't God in here. A form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. That's what happens when a real prophet coming to town. They start exposing for what ain't real and what is. That's why we play. And when we leave today, we going to play our song in just a minute because I'm about to go. We've been on here for 185 minutes and 29 seconds. And it's my day off. I'm about to go get my life together, shampoo my hair, and if I come back on later, I will. But the reason I got on here and we done went all through everything is the elements ain't what we thought. These suns and these discs are beings. The beings that stay over the White House that we always see ain't just lights. Because we know the head ranking, the top ranking witches and warlocks is in there. And they need protection. Because there's spiritual wars that go on even between the people of darkness. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. All of the beef that goes on between the elites and then folks end up unalived. Witches battle against each other. Warlocks battle for more power, more recognition, to be the well-known, most known person, the more worshipped person. And when the demons that inhabit them that used to fight against each other before the flood get them a new body, what happens? They sacrifice their children to them. They name their children. If we know that to get into the Illuminati, you have to do rituals and call spirits into yourself. And those spirits are the disembodied warriors and stuff that used to be here. The disembodied goddesses and gods of love and lust and all of these things that God does not. Isn't it crazy that those are the things that they push and they wear that God or all of these gods on them? They push, they give it to them free. They don't even gotta buy it. We just need you to push Hermes and Balenciaga and Gucci and all of these different things that are these false gods' names and symbols and their sigils and everything. We just need you to wear it so people can start putting it in their songs and saying the name so they can conjure these spirits or the spirits under that spirit into their own life. Why is it that when you put on certain clothes, it make you move a certain way? Sephora makeup is named. We know that was one of the. Never mind. Sephora. What was she known for? Sephora. Folks is running in there stealing makeup because they can't afford it in Sephora, right? Step, step. CEP, SEP, step. It don't mean nothing there. It's like I'm gonna leave it. I'm about to go eat or do something. Actually, is what I wanted to do. Yes, it's probably what I'm about to do. Chill out. I love y'all. Y'all got some. I don't know which game I'm gonna play. One of them. I be trying to tell y'all break these words down. You need to be breaking down every word and seeing where the etymology of all the words. Y'all, where our dictionary at? Oh, right there. It still got dust on it from when I built the shelf and got in the wall. Look at. Another thing to get is the Webster's unabridged dictionary. Those are two things that you want to have. Ooh, baked chicken and rice. That sounds so good. I love baked chicken and rice. I don't care if it's Cajun rice, chicken and broccoli, rice with gravy. You know, sweet rice. I like sweet rice too. Rice and chicken, you right. It's just the best thing. Red pill, blue pill. Thank you. Listen, baby, rice and chicken is, I don't care where you go get it. It's great. In every country. No, in every, except for, I take that back. Not every place, but in most places. Because I just seen a video of chicken and rice the other day, and the chicken was as white as the rice. And they said, look how beautiful this is. Did you even put a pinch of salt? It ain't a black flake of pepper, a green speck or nothing. This stuff is cooked, but it look like Miley Cyrus. It's just the smell is Miley Cyrus. I can't eat this. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing with it. It ain't even a pinch or nothing in here. You can take that back. I'm okay. I'm gonna go over here to. Ooh, shoot. I ain't gonna listen, white people. How do y'all eat food with no seasoning on it?
people, did y'all teach them? I ain't trying to be offensive to my white brothers and cousins and stuff, but did y'all teach them? Because we got some people in here that's in interracial relationships. I ain't trying to offend nobody, but damn. And then, I'm going to tell you how I know this ain't a lie. I mean, it's an issue because the lady that I told y'all, the lady that I met in the shelter, she's like a 64-year-old white lady. Okay? And real quick, when she used to come over here to eat, y'all, listen here. Her legs would be, she said, oh my God, it just smells like you haven't even started cooking it yet. And it smells so good. Yeah, because you got to season it. That's how you going to know how to. Okay, so then I'm cooking, y'all. She'll sit on the couch. This is here, too. She'll sit on the couch with her plate and she'll be going back and forth from everything. And she said, listen, how do you make this corn taste like this, huh? It's canned corn. What do you mean? She's like, listen, my mom never made corn like this. I said, well, did she put butter and sugar in it and a little bit of milk? I guess not, because it never tastes like this. She ate some of my spinach. She said, oh my God, what did you put in here? I said, garlic powder and real garlic, salt, pepper, and a little seasoning salt too, and with a little bit of oil. Oh, I believe Sarah can. Yeah, Sarah a little different. Sarah is a little light skinned, that's all. She's like, oh my goodness. I said, well, how did your mama make corn? She said she took it right, all vegetables came right out of the can and they went into the pot. She warmed it up and put it on her plate. I said, wait, hold up, what? This lady is 65! 64! Like, wait a minute. I said she just put the and put it on your plate. Did she season the chicken? Not even pepper. So she just took the chicken out the pack and put it in the flour and fried it. And did she season the grease? Because you can season the grease and the seasoning to get on the chicken. That's what you see the Indians and different people doing when they throw them shallots and the peppers and they seasoning the grease. So it's going to be all through the food no matter what they frying. I'm messing with y'all, but I'm telling the truth. I always used to be like, this is crazy. Y'all pale and y'all like y'all food pale too. I get it, because black folks be liking our stuff burnt. So maybe it's like a... I'm just saying. Oh, shoot. I mean... Black folks like stuff burnt. White folks like stuff rare. I mean, it's something. I ain't trying to be funny, but black folks look a little well done, and white folks kind of look not well done. So it almost makes sense. You are what you eat. No, let me quit messing with the white folks. I love y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna mess with everybody. I say nigga all day. Don't think I ain't coming for y'all too. Listen here. Listen here. Ooh wee. Okay, so can I ask a question? And this is to all races, because a lot of races do this, or groups of people, whatever you want to call it. They got race and whatever. I don't know. The peoples, okay? When you read that you're not supposed to drink blood and you eat a bloody steak, do you understand what you're doing? I don't care if that's how you like it. A rare steak is a bloody steak. And you cannot eat it without blood dripping down your throat, which means you're doing what? The juice is mixed with your saliva, you're drinking it. Medium is still bleeding. If you squeeze it, that juice ain't gonna be clear. It's gonna be light pink. It's diluted blood. You was told that it ain't blood. Well, then what be in the bottom? If it ain't blood, what's in the bottom? What they wouldn't have to put them red things, them white things in the bottom. If that ain't blood, what is it? Because if I go get a piece of chicken right now and start cooking and the blood is going to come up out of it, be brown on top. That's what be at the top of your chicken leg. That's scary. Because they want you to get used to the taste of blood in your mouth. I'm good. I don't want no parts of it. Ooh. Even well done is cooked. Listen. No. The juice that comes out of a well done steak is clear. That's how you know chicken is done, when it run clear. Even fish. If it ain't running clear, I ain't eating it. Exactly. That's why people put salt on their meat to clean it. And citrus. Because citrus has a level of acidity that kills the bacteria in blood and things. And you see people of color using citrus to kill their meat. Or clean it. They throw oranges or something off in there. Spanish people do it too. They what's that stuff called? I can't think of it right now. In the bottle, and it's the orange juice, and the seasonings, and now they got it in lime, they got it in orange. What's it called? I can't think of the name. Mojo. Yep. Salt and citrus, that's how you clean your meat. Yeah, that's what it's used for. And the citrus breaks down the tendons in the meat so that toughness can be, yeah, all of that. Vinegar does it too, yeah. I was just saying as far as those two things, yes. So, yeah, I'm about to go eat something. I'm about to go eat something. I don't know. I love y'all. I might see y'all later. I might not. We shall see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because a lot of black folks use salt to defrost their meat. Who be using salt? I use salt water to defrost my meat. That's what I use. I pour a whole bunch of salt in the water, and then run the water. I mean, in the bowl, and then run it. And yeah, I use salt to defrost my water, and it's gonna kill whatever's the water. So think about it. There's no fish like the Dead Sea. The reason what they say nothing can't live in there because the salt content is too high. So it's killing all the bacteria. It's gonna kill everything in there. Salt water defrosts your stuff quick. And then you just rinse it and boom, you good. Cause ain't that what they put on ice outside? What do they put on the ice outside? Melts the ice. Salt water will defrost your stuff quick. And then you just rinse it and keep it moving. And go on and season it up like you're gonna do. I love y'all.